Good morning.
Good morning.
There are some seats on the second row if anyone wants to sit and get out of the sun. Well, thank you so much for joining us today. I love that it's a full house. My name is Nicole Robinson Goche. I have the privilege of serving as the Executive Director of Lone Star College Foundation. And today we gather with deep respect and profound gratitude to honor the memory of Gary Lee Staley, whose courage, service, and sacrifice will forever live in the hearts of all who knew him. And it's been fun listening to some of your stories today. I met the gentleman who took that picture a few minutes ago. But through the generosity and love of Ruby and Don Staley and the board and supporters of the Gary Staley Memorial Fund, this pavilion, in case you're wondering, will now bear Gary's name, creating a lasting tribute to a life defined by bravery, selflessness, and an unwavering commitment to protecting others. So truth be told, and you'll hear the staff chuckle at this one, this event started as a small photo op, just a little picture. And then it was just with the family. And then we decided, with the encouragement of the wise Ruby Staley, whose birthday is tomorrow, just in case you wanted to know. With Ruby, we decided that a dedication of the Staley Pavilion should be soon and should be separate from the ribbon cutting from the entire facility. And so here we are. So before the celebration begins, I'd like to make a few introductions, and starting with the Staley family, our VIPs. So if you have not met them yet, Ruby and Don Staley are right here. They are the loving and wonderful parents of Gary Lee Staley and the heart behind it all. So with them is Gary's brother, Matthew Staley. So Gary's sister Carla is in heaven also with Gary, and I'm sure they're both grateful to have all of you here celebrating today. Gary's daughter, Courtney, is here with her husband, Victor. And her children and Gary's grandchildren, Thea, Anya, and Elijah. Thank you for being here. Plus family, friends, and colleagues all from all over here to honor Gary's sacrifice. On this side, with the Lone Star College Board of Trustees, is the trustee representing this campus in District 8, who also is the chair of the Lone Star College System Board of Trustees and on the board of Lone Star College Foundation, Mike Sullivan. Secretary of the Lone Star College System Board of Trustees and representing District 3, Aisha Wilson. And longtime foundation supporter and trustee, Dr. Jim Kane, representing District 9. Thank you so much for joining us today. We also have, let's see, I'm looking to see if my foundation board, nope, they haven't made stuck in traffic. I also have a special thank you in here to Carter Johnson, the fire chief of Montgomery County ESD 6, for all of his support for the Kingwood Fire Science Program and his leadership with the Gary Staley Memorial Fund, and for being here today with trucks and the command staff from the Porter Fire Department. So thank you. Where is he? Oh, there he is. And I didn't forget about you ladies. From the Chancellor's Cabinet at Lone Star College is Dr. Deirdre Prince, Vice Chancellor of Marketing and Communications. And our next speaker, Dr. Melissa Gonzalez, President of Lone Star College-Kingwood, who I'd like to call to the podium now for a few remarks.
Hello, everyone. Good morning. We are so excited to be here. Thank you so much. This is a great honor, and we're so grateful for everyone's support and for everyone's presence here. This is truly a special day. We want, of course, thank Board of Trustees. Thank you all, and my colleagues, elected officials, college leadership. Thank you so much, and guests. Thank you for being here. We are so grateful for your presence and want to simply say thank you, especially to the Staleys, to pouring into this beautiful pavilion to honor the presence of their son. You have chosen to do this here at our campus, and it really means a lot to us. So thank you so much. We will always remember this and always remember his ultimate sacrifice. And we will be training the future firefighters of our community right here. At Lone Star College-Kingwood, our fire science program prides itself on preparing established firefighters and cadets to face the rigors of this dangerous profession with bravery, integrity, honor, and safety. This pavilion, standing in honor of Gary Lee Staley, will serve as a place for cadets to learn, rest from rigorous activity, and reflect on the nobility of the firefighting profession. I would also like to take a moment to recognize our general contractor, Anselo Bryant. Abby Bryant, I believe, is here. Anselo Bryant. Architect from BBK, Leida Arriga. Is Leida here? Yes, thank you. Yes. Who have helped bring this facility to its current place here. Thank you to, of course, our Bridget Johnson, who is not here, Edgar Montezuma, and Ron Valentin. He is here. Ron, thank you so much for stepping up and moving forward to where we are today. We have truly made progress regarding making this establishment, this facility here right now today. And we are in the final phases as far as our final facility. Hopefully we'll be ready by the fall, and so you'll be receiving a ribbon cutting invitation as well. So as we gather today, I want to thank you for your generous donation. Again, thank you so much. We are so pleased with everything and your presence here, and Gary is in our hearts. We honor students with an award in his memory, and we now have a pavilion to carry his name in perpetuity. So please enjoy the rest of the event and today's festivities, and I turn things back over to Nicole. Thank you so much, and welcome to Lone Star College-Kingwood.
Thank you, Dr. Gonzalez. She automatically said yes when we asked for this, so I appreciate all of the support from our friends at the system office and Lone Star College-Kingwood. We've also asked Trustee Chair Sullivan to give a few remarks, and as you heard me mention, he was elected to represent both this area and to lead the entire Lone Star College System Board of Trustees. And we love that he automatically has a seat on the foundation board, and we couldn't be more pleased to have his support. So if you'll join me in welcoming Trustee Chair Mike Sullivan to the podium.
Good morning. It's truly an honor to be here today as we dedicate the Staley Pavilion, a tribute to a man whose life and service exemplify the very best of what it means to give back. On behalf of the Lone Star College Board of Trustees, I want to express our deepest gratitude to the Staley family for your generosity, your vision, and your unwavering commitment to honor Gary's legacy in a way that will uplift future generations. At Lone Star College, we believe education is a powerful force for good, and with your support, students pursuing careers in fire science will not only learn the skills they need to save lives, they'll be reminded daily of the sacrifice and bravery of someone who lived that mission fully. Gary Lee Staley was a son, a brother, a father, and a firefighter who answered the call with courage and compassion. His story is one of service, brotherhood, and purpose. This pavilion will now stand as a place of rest, of learning, and of remembrance for him and for all those who follow in his footsteps. To all who contributed to making this possible, thank you. You have created something meaningful and important to our students and the community. And to the Staley family, your love for Gary and your commitment to his legacy are deeply felt today and will be forever. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Before I introduce our last speaker from Lone Star College, I'd like to tell you a little bit about how I met Ruby and Don Staley. I'm not sure of the exact date, but I know it was in 2017. I'd only been at the college for about a year, and I remember being on the phone with Don. I don't know, we didn't talk about this. I don't see if we remember it the same. And Don shared Gary's story with me, as he does, and the information about the great work of the Gary Staley Memorial Fund. And then what I remember the most is Don started asking me questions. Don said, Are you telling me that if I give the foundation the funds to set up an endowment, you'll award the scholarships every year in Gary's name, and you'll find the scholarship recipients? Yes, sir. And I can select the requirements for those students? Yes, sir. And you'll award it every year? Yes, sir. In perpetuity. And that's how our relationship started. He said, well, let me talk to Ruby. We'll get back to you. And they did. And it was almost like it was too good to be true, but it's not, and we did it. So in December of 2017, with the support of the Gary Staley Memorial Fund, we set up an endowment to fund fire science student scholarships at both Lone Star College Montgomery and Lone Star College-Kingwood. Since then, 14 students have received a scholarship in Gary's name through the Lone Star College Foundation, and 2 of them are able to join us today. I think Mr. Garcia is here, but I'm not sure. Maybe not. Oh, he's in the back. This is one of the very first scholarship recipients awarded in Gary's name at Lone Star College-Kingwood. So thank you for being. Come on up. You don't have to speak. If you want to have a seat right here, that way you can be out of the sun and we can honor you appropriately. I didn't get to meet you before the program, but thank you so much for being here and for letting me put you on the spot. And we have a more recent recipient from 23-24 year who was also a graduate of Lone Star College-Kingwood, is Jordan Araujo. Did I say it right? So Jordan is currently a firefighter in South Montgomery County, and he brought his wife, Alexia. He told us, so I'm off script, but I want to tell you what we heard. When he received this scholarship, y'all had a newborn, and it was a scholarship that helped him get where he is today. And one of the most beautiful moments, I'll tell you from this whole event, is he met Don and Ruby today for the first time, and he told us, when I was getting to witness this beautiful moment, that he carries Gary with him every day because he pulled out a challenge coin that's in his pocket. And so I hope Gary protects you all through your service. So thank you for being here today. So you've met these 2, and you'll hear later from Don that there's a lot more, but I'd like for all of the Gary Staley Memorial Fund scholarship recipients to stand, whether you received this from Lone Star College or directly through the Memorial Fund, because I know I've met a few of you, you're here. So please stand, and if you're already standing, wave and be recognized. There's some over here. Wonderful. Thank you for being here to honor Gary. Each of these students carries Gary's name with them, not only on paper or on metal, but in the spirit of service that defines this profession. So thank you again for being here to honor Gary and his wonderful family. Our last Lone Star College speaker is someone that's been working very hard on this event and this entire facility since he was promoted to dean, and I'm hoping he's still talking to me after today. I know he thought for a few moments in these that we were crazy for what we're trying to do, but we did it, Dean Chambers. And so I call you up, if you'll join me in welcoming to the podium, Dean Roger Chambers.
Good morning, everyone. I want to echo my president and the Board of Trustee Chair Sullivan in thanking all of you for being here today. This is no small feat, this is no small task, and because it is no small honor to honor your son, Gary. So I'd like to also take a moment to again thank our contractors, Ansel Bryant. I see James and Abby in the back. We can give them a round of applause. Want to thank our architect, PBK. Alan and Lady are here. And I really want to give a special mention to Ron Valentin. He came in about a year ago, or less than a year ago. And once he came in, we really started turning some wheels and we started getting some things done. We're really happy for the progress that we've made. We're glad that you were able to come out and just see the facility, see the progress that we're making. So Lone Star College-Kingwood's Fire Science program has had a history of perseverance. From its inception, facilitated through the Cypher campus, to now on the cusp of our very own fire field, the road has been arduous, but rewarding. Along the way, we have embraced the meaning of partnership, and we have had none greater than our partnership with the Porter Fire Department. Thank you, Chief Johnson, Chief Vaden, and Porter. It is through this relationship that our program learned the heroics of Gary Staley, and we have considered ourselves honored to name an award that we present to a cadet each year in his honor. Firefighters are unique people. Chief Teeverbaugh tells me that all the time. I don't know why they want to go sit with fire, but that's what they do. As a child, I learned that fire is a good servant but a bad master. And so I always feared fire and preferred to see it behind the glass of kerosene lamps. Yes, I'm an 80s baby born in Jamaica, so I got to see the kerosene lamps, or connected to the wick of a candle, or my favorite, on a stove preparing my favorite meal, right? But for firefighters, this is a calling. And this is something that I reflect on each year as we go through the award ceremony for our firefighters, and I listen to the firefighters' prayer. And I can really say that is a true calling, and the guys who I work with let me know this every day. A charge to control the elemental component of fire to spare the lives of people and property. This is the calling that embodies why we're here today. We recognize that firefighters consider others long before themselves and their own life, health, and safety. This is why we train so rigorously, to ensure that anywhere, anytime, like Gary Staley, our students are prepared to answer any and every call. Gary did that and made the ultimate sacrifice for his brothers in arms. So to the Staleys, Don and Ruby, all your connected family, Matt, your daughter, your grandchildren, thank you for choosing us to help establish this lasting memory for your son. Thank you for believing in the work necessary to train firefighters who can confidently face fiery adversity with strength and confidence. Thank you for allowing us to honor your son through scholarships that help to train cadets and maintain this essential community asset of firefighters. And thank you for helping us erect this pavilion, a place that will always be home to firefighters who train close and serve far and wide. We appreciate you, and we hope that you understand the depth of our gratitude for all your generosity. On behalf of the Fire Science program, our program director, Chief David Teeverbaugh, the division staff that's scattered around, the campus, Kingwood, our president, vice president of instruction, director of the business office, our college, our board, our foundation board, all leadership, contractors, everyone, thank you. We will continue to serve our students in Gary's honor. Please enjoy the rest of your day. Thank you.
Thank you so much. They've done so much work for this site and this day, and we are so grateful for your effort. It is not lost on any of us. So for those of you like me who did not know Gary, let me tell you a little bit. In 2000, he announced to his family that he had joined the Porter Volunteer Fire Department as a volunteer firefighter. He had no previous interest in being a firefighter because his full-time career was as an accountant at Anadarko. And I'll pause here and say there are people here who knew Gary way better than the story I'm going to tell you. So I encourage you to have some good chats with his old friends. In 2002, Gary was very proud and excited to be honored as Rookie of the Year at the Porter Fire Department. He participated in over 300 fire calls and felt that he had indeed found his niche in life. On Saturday, January 18th, in 2003, Gary was helping his father clean out the storage area in Kingwood, and they had an opportunity to talk about a variety of things. One of the comments he made was that it was a dream of most firefighters, as you've heard, and his, to be in the position to save a life in their role as a firefighter. But most never had the opportunity. Later that day, he spent quality time with his mother and then took his then 9-year-old daughter, Courtney, bowling and spent the afternoon with her. That evening, Gary and his brother, Matt, spent quality time with each other too. The following day, January 19th, 2003, smoke was coming from a burning building down Loop 494, and Gary was fighting that fire. After about 4 hours later, there were 4 firefighters walking up to the steps of his parents' home, and Gary was not with them. They looked out the glass door and immediately knew the message they were bringing. Gary's dedication to the fire service was shown in his last efforts. There were 4 firefighters responding to the fire. As they went into the burning building, they did not know if the building was occupied. Gary was the 4th man in on the fire and was at the back end of the hose. As they walked into the building, Gary's last words were said to Juan Chapa, the 3rd firefighter, "I've got your back." I'm sure there's so many of you that can tell this story better. I hope I'm doing it justice. The building was engulfed in smoke and flames, and the team had extremely limited visibility. And Gary left the hose line to get a spotlight so they could direct the water flow to the source of the fire. Shortly thereafter, there was a flashover, and the firefighters were in severe danger. The first firefighter was Gary's friend. In this state of panic, he took off his gloves and sustained serious burns on both hands as he followed the hose to safety. The second firefighter was crawling on his hands and knees following the hose and rammed his head into a metal support pole that dislodged his helmet, burning his face. Gary saw that the second firefighter was in trouble and was able to get his helmet resecured, and the man pointed to the exit. He escaped with the burns on his face. Gary immediately went back further into the building, looking for the last firefighter, not knowing he had escaped while Gary was helping the other exit. When Gary proceeded further into the building, a race car loaded with nitrous oxide exploded nearby, and Gary was fatally injured. A true example of courage and sacrifice, and that's what this pavilion represents. Men and women will train here and learn to do what Gary did, run towards the danger in order to save others from it. And now I'd like to invite our heroes' parents up. I know Don is ready to make a few remarks, so ladies and gentlemen, Ruby and Don Staley.
Thank you, Nicole. After hearing the story, I hope I can even speak, okay? But on behalf of the Staley family and the Gary Staley Memorial Fund Board, I want to extend our heartfelt thanks for being here today and helping turn this vision into a reality. Your presence and support mean more to us than words can express. We would like to extend a special thank you to the leadership and dignitaries of the Lone Star College. Thank you so much for your partnership, support, and for making this dedication possible. Your commitment to firefighter training and community safety is a powerful legacy, and we are honored that Gary's name will now be part of it. We are especially grateful for all who played a role in honoring Gary's legacy: volunteers, donors, participants in our 21 annual fundraisers, golfers, skeet shooters, bowlers, and every person who gave their time, talents, and resources. Many of you have supported every event year after year. Thank you all. A very special recognition goes to the members of the Gary Staley Memorial Fund Board who have served faithfully from the very beginning. Your leadership in organizing each fundraiser and your thoughtful review of every scholarship application have been the backbone of this mission. Those board members are Rio Katoka, Richard Mix, Carter Johnson, Ruby Staley, Matt Staley, and I was in there somewhere, but listening to them. We're deeply honored to have so many loved ones here today, including, as Nicole mentioned earlier, Gary's daughter, Courtney, her husband, Victor, and Gary's 3 beautiful grandchildren, which makes them my great-grandchildren. And Gary's brother, Matthew, and other family members are also with us, who have been friends and generous supporters, and of course, our beloved firefighters. I'll never forget the day Gary came in to our home in Kingwood and declared he was going to become a fireman. Ruby and I kind of looked at each other and said, we were totally shocked. We had never heard him express any interest in firefighting. A few days later, Ruby brought it up again and Gary burst into laughter. She thought it was some sort of community service punishment. Gary looked at her and said, Mom, they don't give out community service hours for fighting fires. That story still brings smiles to our faces. The day before Gary was killed, and Nicole alluded to this, and I'd like to expand upon it a little bit. He and I were out running errands, as she said. As always, our conversation talk to fire talk. I remember Gary saying, as Nicole addressed it, every firefighter dreams of saving someone. The very next morning, God gave him the opportunity to fulfill that dream. In the aftermath of Gary's passing, we wanted to find a meaningful way to honor his sacrifice. Carter Johnson suggested a scholarship program, and it immediately made sense. After all, Ruby and I were the ones who funded Gary's Fire Academy training. The idea quickly became reality. Since 2003, we've awarded over 265 scholarships to firefighters in training for Fire Academy courses, EMT training, and endowments to Lone Star College, among other programs that we sponsored. The very first scholarship awarded was to Larry Weaver, who went on to be commended for special recognition for saving a life, and is now the Deputy Chief at Needham Fire Department. There are many similar stories, firefighters who have gone on to save lives, rise through the ranks, and respond to disasters across the country, including recent deployments to Kerr County. We don't claim the scholarships caused their successes, but we do hope they opened doors and made the journey a little more possible. Larry Weaver, thank you, sir. One of our favorite memories of Gary is what we now call the Jay Yankee story. Jay was a Houston firefighter who lost his life in the line of duty. When Gary told us he was taking a day off work, unpaid, to attend Jay's funeral, we asked why he would do a thing like that for someone he didn't even know. Gary looked up and simply said, because he was a brother. That was the first time we truly understood the strength of the firefighter brotherhood, and it was not to be the last. Now, this is Texas. It's hot out here today. But let's not forget the heat we feel today is nothing compared to what our firefighters endure while battling fires, fully suited in heavy protection gear. That perspective brings us even greater appreciation for the dedication and grit of those we honor. Once again, thank you. Our presence here today blesses us. Your presence here today blesses us beyond measure. We hope this pavilion becomes a lasting place of learning, safety, and service for generations of firefighters. A special thank you to Nicole and her team for organizing this event so quickly and smoothly and completely. We look forward to a full completion of the training center, and hopefully water will be flowing. I'm not going to explain that. To all the firefighters, thank you for your courage, your sacrifice, and your unwavering commitment to service. You truly embody the spirit of brotherhood and unselfish attitudes. Greater love has no one than this, to lay down one's life for one's friends. John 15:13. God bless you all.
right. Well, Don, you just sat down, but I'm going to make you get up again. And I'd like you to bring Ruby this time. We have a little something for you. Dr. Gonzalez and Chair Sullivan, if you'll join me. Do a little photo op.
Oh, wow.
Here, if you want to come this way so they can,
How do you, where do you
over
go?
here, they can see you from behind the podium, not behind the podium.
Here, okay.
Right behind it. This is for you.
All right, here we go. 3, 2, 1. And one more just to take you.
Thank you. For you to have it. So we'll put it over here and we'll have it for you after. We wanted to make sure that they had something to look at every day to remember today. And so if you'd like to take a look at it, it's the architect's rendering of the full facility, including the pavilion, a photo of Gary, and then an image of the plaque that we're going to show you today. So it's just a little something to thank you for your support. Let's say it, of the Gary Lee Staley Memorial Pavilion. I think Staley Pavilion for short has a really good ring. So I can't wait till we can come back and peer through the fence and see a cohort of future firefighters resting here together. So that's what we have for the family to commemorate the day. Thank you for hopping in on the photo op. I may not have warned them about that. But now, probably the moment you've all been waiting, besides Don's speech, the moment you may have been waiting for. I'd like for Larry Weaver to join me, the first scholarship recipient, and also to join him behind the table, or if you would, all the scholars. If you've received a scholarship from the Memorial Fund or from the foundation in honor of Gary, if you'll join us behind the table as we reveal the plaque. So this is the plaque that will hang in the pavilion. We didn't want you to have to carry it, Don, because it's really heavy, but it's really beautiful, and the team here at Kingwood did a wonderful job designing that, and it will always be here to remind everyone of your commitment and his sacrifice. So thank you for the opportunity to do this. Thank you. Thank you, friends, for your impromptu service. As we wrap up the ceremony, I'd love for you to come and take a closer look at it. The team from Kingwood is here that can tell you if you have questions about the site or the program. We'd love to share more information. But a special thank you for all of you to come. We know you must love the Staleys and Lone Star College and the profession if you're coming out in August to an outdoor ceremony. But we did it, and you did it, and we could not be more grateful for your presence.